It's your boy. It's your boy. Weekdays, tell me how you heard. Hallelujah. It's your boy. It's your boy. On your radio, bringing you the word. Hallelujah. It's your boy. It's your boy. On your radio, bringing you the word. Hallelujah.
Turn up your radio. It's Praise 365 and we live. I'm chilling with my homie bro Scooda on the Scooda radio show.
Family, we back and you rocking with your boy Scooda right here on the all new Praise 365 radio station. I told you at the top of the program, and all week we are celebrating Financial Education Week here on Praise 365 radio. We are blessed to be able to just kind of give back to the community and things of that nature. So without further ado, what I want to do is welcome to the Scooda radio show none other than Miss Paula E.W. Carey Moore. How are you doing today?
I am doing well. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming and stopping by the show. We were just talking. And just, it's just amazing to be able to do things like this for the community and help enlighten, help enrich, and just let people know that they have the ability to do things. I think one of the things, people just go through things and they just feel like, oh man, I didn't even know. One of the biggest things I run into people when they say, I did not even know. So to be able to enlighten the community is amazing. And we're going to do that today. So we all know it's home ownership month, and I just want to start off by asking, is it better to rent or own a home? It's one of the questions I've been asked a lot. So in your expertise, is it better to rent or own a home?
And honestly, it depends on a person's financial situation, their lifestyle, their personal goals. Of course, I believe it's better to rent, but it's better to own. It's better to rent if you do not want to take on home ownership responsibilities. But people don't understand that even with the landlords, they are now giving you those home ownership responsibilities. So why not own a home and take advantage of those intangible benefits that come along with it?
Now, with me, me and my wife, we're 4 years with owning a home, and it's truly awesome. And I would say one of the realtors that we were dealing with, he definitely said it's better to own. The way things are going now, it's just better to own, and then you just have a certain pride about owning and having your own. So I definitely like that. And then there's another thing I've been asked by a lot of people, is that how do they avoid foreclosure or eviction? So let's say they do have a home and they get into a tight spot and they may not know that there's resources available to help them from getting foreclosed on or evicted. What are some resources or some ways to kind of help people with that?
So what I say at first is, before you even buy that home, get that home buyer education. And we offer that at the Urban League. And even if you're in a spot where you didn't, because maybe that home was willed to you or you bought it at a tax sale, you still need home buyer education, because what it does, it sets you up to go in with a plan. And that plan sets you up for success, because when you don't plan, you set yourself up for failure. So when you go in with a plan, you have an understanding. And even if you didn't get that home buyer education, now you have an opportunity to go back. We have free classes once a month, or we also have a framework class. It's only $75, but you're investing in preventing foreclosure for thousands of dollars. So you're going with a plan, and you read and ask questions. So now you can go back to your lender and ask them questions, or even if you're at a servicer, because your mortgage has been transferred to a servicer, and ask them, what are my options? Who is my investor? And so you can understand the rules. You don't do it when you're in a crisis. So that's going in with a plan. You do it before the crisis. And you can even interview other nonprofits to say, what would I need to do if I was in this situation? And trust me, everybody's situation is different. So you have a unique portfolio, but the plan, the reading, the understanding the rules and the fine print in your options, because knowing what type of product you have, whether it's FHA, a VA loan, a conventional loan, their private loans that they call their portfolio loans, you need to know, what are my rules? What options do I have if I know I'm going to be late? Can I change the date on when my payments are due? Do I have that flexibility? What is that date when you're going to start charging me? And it's asking those questions because you have to be empowered as a homeowner, and you have to know the rules of the game. Because believe it or not, you can have the same banking partner as your neighbor, and you can have two different products.
Come on now. Now look, see, family, if you tune in right now, you tune into the Scooda Radio Show. We have Miss Paula E.W. Carey Moore with us, and just kind of enlightening you all about owning and renting and where to get resources. And one of the things that I heard that you said about the Urban League, about the free classes, if I'm not mistaken, can you tell us a little bit more about that for somebody who's just like, you know what, you're right, I do need to plan. I do need to have this information first, and I'd like to get more insight before getting a home.
So we have our June home ownership that we call them free virtual workshops. The blessing is if you stay for the whole time, you're going to ask yourself the question, am I ready for home ownership? And whether or not you're renting or thinking you're ready, those are questions you need to ask yourself. We talk about managing your money because only you really can manage your money. And understanding your credit, shopping for a mortgage. And it's like, what do you mean? I don't have to take the first person that comes my way or who someone else use? Yeah, you shop for a mortgage based on your portfolio, and understand the process of shopping for a home. And because you're making that decision, the closing process, where you need to know that closing process up front. So when you find that home, you already know who your title company is going to be, unless it's one of those projects. Say sometimes HUD tells you you have to close at this title company because it's based on what's going on with that property, and then how to protect your investment. Because you can have all your ducks in a row and no protection of your assets that you just spent all this time researching, preparing. And we're not just talking about your home, yourself, and how you're going to leave that legacy for your family. So this month, our workshops are part one is Tuesday, June 28th from 5:30 to 8. Wednesday, June 29th from 5:30 to 8. And Thursday, June 30th, 5:30 to 8. And we have HUD certified counselors. So when you finish the workshop, you get a certificate which gives you options to get down payment assistance depending upon who your lender is and what funds are available.
Come on now.
So it's a win-win.
It's a win-win. People, if you're listening, we're trying to get you. Look, we're trying to help take care of you, and I love this. Like I said, I've heard of the Urban League since I've been alive, and just everything. Everything that you all are doing is just really for the community and just really, I believe, out of a place of love, right? To be able to just to equip people with,
Right.
knowledge and understand, because we really, it's really a thing where you have to know. And I think a lot of people find themselves in situations where it's hard for them to get out of, or they're struggling so much because they feel like they don't know, or they haven't taken the time to research or even ask. I think that's one of the biggest things. Sometimes people don't even ask simple questions, maybe they don't want people in their business, or I don't know what the case may be, but just to know that there are free resources out here. There is free education out here that'll help you to learn how to better yourself, how to grow, and how to do things just to kind of live a good life, right?
That's correct.
That is,
And
yeah.
see, Scooter, that's why we have the framework where you can work at your own pace. So we really try to be flexible with individuals that's in need, and having that information. And honestly, it's okay if it takes you a year or two to be put in a position to buy. Because one client I have, it took him 3 years before he actually finally bought a home. And that was okay.
Yeah.
That was really okay, because our intimidation is, well, I really want this and I can't get it now, or my lender said I didn't qualify, but that you could possibly didn't qualify off of something that was minor. And the lenders that we work with, especially with the St. Louis Financial Regional Empowerment Coalition, we help each other out.
Yeah.
And that's different, because it's like, instead of just telling you no, it could be you're not ready.
That's it right there. It's not a no, it's not you're not, it's a not, you're not ready. That's huge. And I think patience, kind of just veering off a little bit, but patience, that's one of the things I think that, because it might just have something to do with social media. I don't know, because people think it's a act now and a right now type of deal. If I don't get it right now, it'll never happen. If it doesn't happen overnight, it just will never happen. And that's not the case. Sometimes you have to be able to, it's like those good Sunday morning dinners. When you cooking it, it's gotta sit in that oven. It ain't like the microwave dinner. I ain't talking about the microwave dinners. I'm talking about them home cooked meals where you gotta sit and smell it for at least an hour before you get to indulge. So it's like that, y'all. Like, family, it's like that. We gotta be patient. We gotta understand when the time is right. Get your information, get your knowledge, get your education, and then when the time is right, it'll already be set up for you, and you'll already be set up for success. So that's what we want to make sure that you all know that are listening right now. Also, switching gears just a little bit to financial education. So let's say there is somebody and they just have a whole lot of debt, and they want to get it cleared up. They want to be in a position to get a house. They want to be in a position to get rent a home or something like that. What do you say to that person? Or, how can, that person understand steps to getting debt cleared up? Or is it necessarily reasonable to get it cleared up and then go out? Or can they kind of get it cleared up a little bit and still be able to get a home or do the things that they want to do?
And that is true. It can be a little bit, but it also depends upon what they want. So one of the things that we do is we do an assessment to see what is it that you want, and giving you a roadmap to get there. And if they're struggling to manage their money, they're trying to build their credit, then we can say, we can pull your credit report, or you can pull your own credit report, and you can come and make that plan to say, I want to do a restructure of what's going on. And what we offer them is a roadmap for opportunity to eliminate that debt. And it really starts with the spending plan. You know, the word budget, when people choke up.
Yeah.
All it is planning your finances like you plan your life, like you plan your career. And it's having a mindset shift to say, let's write out your expenses. Let's look at your credit report, one, to see if everything on there is yours and that it's reporting correctly. So in that, there's a lot of debt. And what we want, think about it. You have a lot of debt and you're renting. And you may be paying more in that rent that if you bought a property, you would be paying less. So it's really getting a hold of your finances and your cash flow to have an understanding that this is possible, because some things are going to be evident. You're going to have an electric bill. You're going to have a gas bill, possibly, unless you're living in the parts of North County where it's all electric. You're going to have a water bill. You're going to have a sewer bill unless you have a septic tank. So there are going to be some expenses that are consistent, but it's looking at that credit, that cash flow, you know, that's happening, to say, what is it that you're trying to achieve? Because it's some things we can say cookie cutter. What's the intake? What's the outtake? What's your wants? What's your needs? But then it's also buckling down to say, what is it that you want? And how do you want us to help you get there? Because what happens if we wipe out debt and we haven't given them a roadmap to get there and to stabilize there, what do you think will happen? It goes back up. And all the spending plan is revealing, oh, I deserve this. I don't deserve this.
Yeah.
You know, and that's all it is. So you have to say, what is it you want and how can I help you get there? And I can say we have helped thousands get there because that's what they wanted to do. And we don't necessarily brag on what we do. We just do it and keep it moving until they say, we need a success story. And it's like, I was just trying to help the next person before I said, can I, can I have you be a success? But it is, but the word of mouth goes out there because someone said, I didn't know you did that. And I said, yeah, we do it for our clients, and we don't give ourselves enough credit of helping people be great.
There it is. Helping people become great. And that's that right there is just awesome. And you know, being able to, you know, help somebody understand, wow, I do possess this greatness. I am able to do this. I can do this in a world where people get rejection seems like to be a big thing for people. And I believe sometimes when they get rejected, they're just like, oh, well, it's over. And it's not necessarily over. It's just we need to, you know, go back to the drawing board, get some education, understand some things, and then get back out there. And I think that's what you all are doing, helping people to get back on their feet, get going and, you know, and move forward. And that's just beautiful. That's just beautiful to be able to do that. A couple more questions here for you. So in getting back on your feet and things of that nature, what are some things that can help people bring up their credit score? In a world where we understand the credit score is needed for a lot of things, how do you kind of boost that up and what are some resources that can kind of help the public kind of bring their credit scores up?
Well, some things that people don't understand about credit is you have to have some form of credit to have a credit score. And it's like, but you said, I don't want any credit cards. I don't want any installment loans. I'm paying for cash.
Yeah.
And you just won't have a credit score. However, you can have alternative credit. So that's one way for individuals who do not have a credit score, because they will not use the credit cards. They do pay cash for their cars, but hopefully in having those cars that they have insurance, okay?
Yes.
And then they can ask for that insurance to be reported out on their credit report, because whether you know it or not, your credit score impacts your insurance premiums. And they can ask for their rent payments, if they're renting, to be reflected on their credit report. So there's different ways now that can happen. But for those individuals who have credit and they're like, oh, it took a hit, it took a dive, it's not just paying bills on time. So say, for instance, your bill is on the 15th. And this is what I found, because I heard it from somewhere else and I tried it myself, that if your bill is due on the 15th, try paying it on the 10th, 3 to 5 days early. And not only pay it early, pay an extra $5. And you're paying all of your bills on time. Well, the reason you're able to pay your bills on time is because you have that spending plan and you know when they're due. And if you know that how you get paid interferes with what you need to pay, you call those creditors and ask them if you can move your due date. And you can also do this with your utility bills, because on-time utility payments gives you a good rating. If you're going, say, for Experian Boost, they can say you're always paying this on time. That's another alternative way. And sometimes people just think they have to take what's given to them. And that's not necessarily true, that you can do some adjustments in the day. So you pay your bills on time, early, pay a little more if you're able. And you also check those credit reports regularly. And from my understanding now, because of COVID, annualcreditreport.com, you can actually pull a credit report every month through the end of this year. And the reason you're checking them, because you can have something on the report because maybe it was you're a junior or a second or a third, or you have a common name, and the individuals at the credit reporting system, they're people. So they can input something wrong, or your social security number could be similar to someone else. So it's your responsibility to check to make sure what they're reporting on you is accurate. Because when it is, then you will find that, okay, I just need to make a little adjustment here. And don't use all of your credit on your credit card. So if you have a $500 credit card, don't take it to $499 because that's paying your utilization rate. You have like $1 available. And it's easier said than done. So let's be real about this. We have different cultures. We have different needs. We have different income guidelines. And that person may have to utilize that credit card for that specific purpose, because maybe it's paying for their gas or it's paying for their child care, and that is the card that they have. That's an emergency for them to use. However, one of the things that we can do is help devise a plan to keep it open, or so you're building your credit, and maybe that $500 credit card can go to $1,000 or $1,500, so that $500 you have to use, all of your credit is not being utilized every month. So it's and it's simple things. It's real simple things to make those adjustments, and so you're walking this path to help people be better stabilized in their housing situation.
Yes. Look her. Look, Miss Paula E. Dub. look. I got my notepad out here. I'm writing down. I didn't forgot we was even on radio, because look, I know they listening, but I'm up in here. You hear me? I am listening. But I thank you so much for this knowledge, seriously, because I know there's people out there that's listening. They're like, man, this is like their minds are being blown, their eyes are being opened. They're like, oh my God, I was doing it wrong. I need to do it right. So for those who are listening right now, how can they contact you? How can they get in contact with Urban League, and how can they, just kind of get this information that you are giving and use it for their lives?
So we have a housing counseling email address, because we have 3 HUD certified counselors. Myself, although I'm the regional senior director of housing over city, county, and Illinois, I'm still a HUD certified counselor. So what I do is try to take the overflow for what the rest of the staff cannot handle. But our housing counseling at urbanleague-stl.org is our housing counseling email.
Okay.
So,
can you give me the email one more time?
Housing counseling, which is HOUSINGCOUNSELING at Urban League, which is URBANLEAGUE-STL.org.
Oh yeah, I got that, and I know they got that too.
And on our website, which we have information not just about our housing, but weatherization and LIHEAP, Save Our Sisters, Save Our Sons, for the workforce, is www.ulstl.com.
ulstl.com. There we go.
Right.
And you all are doing. I was actually on the site now, and I was seeing the back to school that you all have going on. And look, family. If you don't know, make sure you get hip to the Urban League. Got to get hip to the Urban League. Amazing things that they're doing. Amazing information, resources, and things to just help you in your life and just become better. It's about just being better, and I just appreciate how they empower the community. It's all about empowering the community, and I truly love it. I thank you so much for taking your time to stop by the Scooda Radio Show, enlighten our audience, and things of that nature. Really quick, Miss Paula E. Dub,
Yeah.
can you, if you have, just before you go, just anything, just to kind of encourage the people that are listening right now, maybe just something just on your heart that you feel like, what, I just need to let somebody know this today. If you got anything for me, just let the people have it.
So one of the things that I think is encouraging, because I can say it encouraged me, is have an accountability partner or partners. So I think about when they say in a multitude of counselors that there's wisdom. And sometimes people do not want to come because they say, I don't need the help, I'm fine. Well,
Mm-hmm.
that's great. But if we look around our communities, there are many that need help. And I can say when we did our food drives during COVID, when most did not want to be impacted, we were sort of like the Marines. We went to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that we made an impact. Because if we don't take care of our communities and our homes and our social spaces and workplaces, who else will? And we do that with partnerships. We do that where if you don't want to say, I'm going to the Urban League to see this housing counselor, you could say, I'm seeing this advisor because I need to be advised on how I'm going to spend my money, how I'm going to manage my money, whether or not I feel I'm in a space where I want to get into home ownership. And we do that for so many other things. But I do believe that when you're managing your life and your finances, you're doing self care. And what it's doing is eliminating a lot of mental stresses that don't have to be. And I see that weekly, just weekly in our spaces where we're frustrated because we have more bills than we have money. This is a reality in our culture, but we don't have to be frustrated. If we start thinking about the barter system, what we used to do, and
Mm-hmm.
even among your friends and family, and once you're taught how to manage your money, go teach your family members, teach your children, teach your associates, and you buy a house, encourage others to buy a home. And I can say we have a good crew here, 3 HUD certified counselors, 2 brokers, one that's licensed in Missouri and in Illinois, a real estate professional. We have individuals that are helping with what's going on now with the rental assistance. We are
Mm-hmm.
part of that helping. What's going on with the homelessness? We're a
Mm-hmm.
part of that helping. And if we empower the community to be great, then home ownership means being a neighbor. So you're rising up to be that neighbor that you want someone to be for you. And even if you're satisfied with renting, take pride in that housing stability.
Yeah.
Take pride in home ownership and housing stability that you're helping that neighborhood be great, that they can't even tell who is the renter and who is the homeowner.
You know what? You didn't drop that gem. You was talking to me today. That who you was talking. Well, you ain't slick. You was talking to me today. I see it. But you know what? Miss Paula E. Dub, Carrie Moore, thank you so much for your knowledge, for your information and for your time. Thank you so much for stopping by the Scooda Radio Show today. We definitely got to bring you back. If you're okay with it, we definitely want to bring you back
Oh no,
onto the
that's
show. And
fine.
yeah, we want to bring you back on and just really kind of have you encourage and uplift and just enlighten the people even more. So once again, really quick before you go, where can we find you if they just want to follow you, if they listen to you today and they're like, you know what, I would love to talk to her. How can they get in contact with you?
So for me, they want to follow me like on social media. They want to.
Yeah. That if they want to follow you on social media, see if you got some tips. Maybe you got a TikTok. We don't know. You might have a TikTok somewhere dropping gems. Or even just the Urban League, just to kind of, get in contact and just get more resources and information.
So we're on social media under ULSTL. So we're on the Facebook page, we're on Instagram, and we're also on Twitter.
Cool. Facebook. So, and I think it's the @ ULSTL. Yes, and LinkedIn.
ULSTL. Right. ULSTL is our handle. So we are on the platforms: Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and we're on YouTube.
Yes. So, and then family, of course, on our Praise 365 Radio website, we're going to be putting their information on there so you can get in contact with them and just, understand the resources that are available to you. So, once again, thank you so much, Miss Paula E.W. Carey Moore, for stopping by the Scooda Radio Show. Family, keep it locked. Don't touch that dial. We got a whole lot more for you. You are listening to Praise 365, St. Louis's #1 source for gospel music and inspiration. If you would like to partner with us, or if you would like to be a guest on the Scooda Radio Show, please visit our website of www.praise365radio.com, or you can text and call us at 314-651-1909. That's 314-651-1909. Praise 365 Radio, St. Louis's #1 source for gospel music and inspiration.